Hey everyone. So I'm going on tour next week with a great singer-songwriter called Catherine Priddy, who some of you might know. And my role when playing for Catherine is I'm playing the electric guitar. So she does acoustic guitar and she sings, and I do electric guitar and I do the backing vocals. But generally with her sound, because it's such a soft and dreamy kind of folky thing, I tend to do a lot of atmospheric kind of guitar swells. So I thought I'd give you a little sort of a few tips of just how I create these sounds. It's pretty simple, and it can be really effective when adding that kind of dreamy soundscape. Yeah, the tour should be fun. It's a support gig with Suzanne Vega, so we're doing the whole of the UK for I think it's like 11 dates or something, in some really beautiful venues. So I can't wait to get these kind of lush, atmospheric sounds in these venues. Yeah, so generally, I'm gonna bring the camera down so you can see my pedal board, and then we'll go from there. So I'll see you in a second. So this is kind of my setup. So what I've got here is a volume pedal. So it's essentially the same as a volume pot on your guitar, but this is off and then you bring it forward and the volume's on. So I kind of use my foot to like bring in the swell. And this is a little phaser pedal which I bought the other week and I'm just messing around with it. But this is a reverb delay pedal, and it's called Dispatch Master from Earthquake Devices, and I've had this for many years, and it's the only pedal I've ever used for this kind of thing. I even might have bought it just for this reason. But essentially it's a delay reverb, so it's got a big reverb knob here, and then there's like a delay section, and then there's a little mix knob. And basically it's like you give yourself a really big delay and reverb, you play the note, and then you swell it in. And that gives that kind of luscious sort of vibe. And I'll give you an example now. So I put my foot there, and hope you enjoy my lovely slippers. Thank you. Yeah. So say you play the chord first. So this is my guitar, which is a semi-hollow, so you can probably hear it. So if I play this chord, which is an F, I play it, and then I swell in. Yeah. So you see what I mean? If I turn the reverb off, so there's no reverb now, and I play the same thing, you still get the nice swell, but when I take it off, it doesn't have that nice kind of carry on. It doesn't carry on after the fact, right? So that's dead. So if I turn the reverb on, it gives this lovely trail behind it. Yeah? You see how I've taken the foot off, but it still leaves the trail. And you have to find the right settings on the reverb delay, because it's easy to kind of get real muddy when you change chords quite quickly. So you have to be a bit aware of that. Sometimes you miss out a few chords or something, and just you can tweak it till you get the fine line. So I've got like this setting is how I've figured it out, works well for me, But luckily you've got this mix knob. So for the songs which don't need as much delay reverb, I can just turn the mix way down, so it still gives a nice bit of reverb, but it's not as kind of epic, right? And if you're wondering, I'm playing through my little Vox Pathfinder 15R, which is what I use for KP's gigs. Yeah, so I hope that kind of gave you an idea. I'll bring you back up to me now. So 3, 2, 1. Yeah, so that's generally the kind of the vibe that I go for. It's quite simple, and it can really sound so epic in like these lovely big venues and the music that you play. But you shouldn't overplay this kind of thing. So really be quite subtle with it, and just let the atmosphere kind of do the work for you, and make sure you don't overplay or kind of take over from the main act, which is she's the main thing. So I never want to get in the way of the song and what she's doing. So it's real gentle kind of underneath stuff, and you know, I don't have to use the swell, so I still kind of use, you know, little things like that, and then I just add the swell to almost like a lap steel kind of thing, right? Pedal steel. That's the vibe I'm going for. And you don't have to have a volume pedal. So for a long time, I had a volume pedal which the pot broke on it. So it used to give loads of scratchy kind of noises, which was not good in an intimate kind of gig setting. So I used the volume pedal a lot. So, you know, you kind of play and I'd bring it in. Which, you know, it works, and it means you don't play, you never overplay, because you can't do it when your hands are kind of doing like that. But then, you know, I found that I could give more nuance with a foot pedal. So I got this lovely one which is like magnetic, so there's no actual pot, so there's no scratchy noises or anything. And that's the Layla one, which is doing really a good job so far for me. And also another tip is, I know I'm using a semi-hollow, and that was so you could hear. I played it and then I bring in the volume. But if you're doing smaller shows, that can get a bit annoying when you can hear the guitarist play a little bit before, because you play the chord and then you swell it in for the beat, if that makes sense. So I use normally like a Strat or a Tele or a quiet acoustic lead guitar. So then that's, but in big venues that's not a problem because nobody can hear you. Yeah, so I'll just kind of play us a little bit to kind of take us out. But I hope that helped. And I know a lot of people ask what my kind of situation was with KP stuff, but yeah, it's a pretty simple setup, guitaring wise. So yeah, cheers. I'll just noodle a bit so you can get the kind of vibe of what I'm doing. So you get some cool kind of solo stuff, can't you? When you're playing it quite fast, it's almost like a tremolo. Yeah, so hope that helps, and I will catch you next time. So cheers.